Welcome to Mike Mladenik Outdoors, your guide to catching more and bigger fish. Brought to you by Hc Baits, the home of the Hub's Chub Rattler, the most versatile topwater bait on the water. It's mid-May and I'm fishing on high falls flowage. The water temperature is 59 degrees and let me tell you, the smallmouth are in pre-spawn big time. Now, all I gotta do is see if I can catch one on a 3-inch Hub's Chub. The color I'm using today is my new Fire Tiger. It should be great for stained water, and this is the first time this prototype has been on the water. Let's see what it can do. It's not necessarily important to get every cast tight to the shoreline. You know why? I've caught some of the biggest smallmouth I've ever caught with topwater baits in the spring by making bad casts, and it ends up about 3 feet from the shoreline. Why? Many times those real big fish are just holding off that break line. Maybe they're hiding behind a rock. So what's important, cast tight to the shoreline, that is important, but it's also important is to just keep making that cast maybe 3/4 of the way back to the boat. If you just get in that habit of pounding the shoreline, get first couple feet, believe me, you're going to be missing a lot of real big fish. When fishing topwater baits, let me tell you something, you have to have plenty of patience, particularly in the spring, and you have to keep focused. It's hard making cast after cast after cast, but you really got to keep your mind focused on exactly what's happening with that bait. Like right now, I'm thinking, maybe I should have just throw on a Case Magic Stik. I could have caught 2 or 3 fish right now, but right now, I am determined off of this shoreline to catch a nice smallmouth with a topwater bait. And believe me, it's going to happen. Man, there's got to be a fish on that point. Looks too good not to have one. Got him. It's about time. I knew there was a fish on that point. Feels great to catch a fish on a topwater bait, especially when I designed this color specifically for stained water. I got a hunch I'm going to catch a lot more fish with this 3-inch Fire Tiger Hub's Chub. What a fantastic bait. Well, unhook this fish and let's go back and get another one. The topwater bite is tough right now. That's not to say I might go back to it a little bit later, so I decided to switch to a Case 4-inch Magic Stik in green pumpkin gold rigged wacky style. And what happens? Bam! I catch a smallmouth on a second cast. During the pre-spawn, this presentation is basically a no-brainer and a very simple thing to learn. All you have to do is cast tight to shore, let that magic stick drop and just flutter down a little bit. Raise it up a little bit. Let it drop and flutter again. And when you feel a bite or that line moves in the opposite direction, just hang on and you got a nice fish. That was quick. I just let that one go and I got another one. Unbelievable. Using the Case Wacky tool and the O-ring, I caught a total of 16 nice smallmouth with 1 Case Magic Stik. Now without this setup, I probably would have went through a dozen worms. Not that I'd be complaining when I'm catching fish, but it's sure nice to catch a bunch of fish on one bait. Unbelievable.